Striking it rich!
I'm drenched. I've spotted something.
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
Well, what's this I've spotted? I've spotted something. I've spotted something.
Those bloodstones are ours. We will to ash. Oh, my augur's flame kindles at your approach. In the market for some magical artifacts and scrolls, are you? You may not know what it is to be trusted. You know what it is to be obeyed. Garrick is a son of the mountain, and he never betrayed.
And you trust so readily in the feeble hearts of foot soldiers.
Do not cross the sword clan of Talaron.
And howl about avenging the seventh stars of Alpha Nu.
I'm overheating here.
What is it that you so enjoy about
Well. What do we have here? Human reinforcements. No need for a supple young kitten like yourself here. My rats will find the villagers in no time at all. Do you pretend not to know me, child? Surely you stare into my left eye each time you admire the full moon. But play coy if you will. The All-Mother called me here to find a certain tiny herd of sheep missing from her flock. The wolfish shepherd woman, she. I am world-renowned for my ability to search and to find. Well, you might ask, feigning ignorance so that you might hear more of my lilting voice. Rats, kitten. Rats are always the answer. There's no hole they won't find, no stench that can deter them, no there is no hiding from a rat. And so there is no hiding from me. I raise them, train, lead. I am their king. And my subjects will find those hidden villages in no time at all!
Battle. The time is nearly nigh.
Lost lambs, yes, flee the slaughter. Naughty, naughty! I'll give them quite the spanking when my rats whisper to me where to find them. Yes, perhaps I'll get my fill of my own private punishments first and foremost. The All-Mother believes those villagers, being the one-time servants of the wizard, will know how to find him. Or at least how to break the enchantments shielding his house. Wicked enchantments, are they? Our mother, yes. And we do suckle from the teat of her goodwill. No wonder so many of us starve. An iron fist in an iron glove is our Gratilda. She doesn't tolerate failure any more than I tolerate a spring nymph stealing glimpses of me during bath time. No, Shira, I say, you'll get your fill at the God's Day Festival. What? Do I look like his secretary? And even if I were, with my hair in a tight little bun and my quill at the ready, the All-Mother doesn't share her every concern with me, you know. No, she whispers to her pillow at eventide, when only the feathers can hear her. Something must have startled them. Was it you, traitor? What did you tell them? I swear, I can explain!
See how these rats labor. Even the lowliest beast bears a loyalty utterly unfound in the so-called higher species.
What about that one? Look how it skulks around. Neither orc nor enlightened. I'll bet no one would even notice if it disappeared.
You look like a discreet soul. Come here, why don't you? Hey, you, stranger, over here. You look like you could use a leg up against the competition. Isn't that so? Nothing more than a humble trader, my lord. There's always plenty to go around after the raising of a village. I collect a bit of it and bring it to market. Tenebrium's awfully valuable after all. No reason wares of this caliber ought to rot in some coffer.
Now for the tea.
Matilda doesn't tell you a thing, does she? We're waiting.
The against doggish customs they can dip the river now. You smell moving hogs.
It's no surprise a dainty thing like you trying to... You must be itching to lose your fingers if you dare disturb my camp, human.
What are you playing at, Toadskin? Watch how you address us, you betters. You did hear how Onless Gorag got his name after all.
Yeah, piss off then. Go and gab amongst yourselves like a pair of chickens, why don't ya?
I can ask the same of you, small bones. I don't go stopping up to you in a ballet class demanding to know which pirouette you're doing next, do I?
Bloody king.
What? That's disgusting. A tiny pink-fleshed human and an orc like myself? Why, I've got eyes for the great Gratilda alone.
Uli, we can't hide forever.
Hide what? You think this stranger knows anything about the two of us, old freak? I tell you now, that twerp don't know a thing.
Enough, Uli. Enough. Surely this stranger has no reason to put us in harm's way. We're all sworn immaculates here, are we not? There are certain secrets that perhaps we, beneath the goddess's eye, may share in good faith.
Well, first thing you have to understand, we orcs aren't made to love at all. Nah, we're born devoted to our queen, and to her we turn all our attentions. To seek fulfillment outside the queen's graces, well, it's a treason committed only once in a red moon among we orcs. And the penalties, a terrible death. When we first took the village, I couldn't tell Orfreg apart from the rest of the pink little ants scurrying about. A human was a human, as far as I was concerned.
As for me, Ulor stood out right away. The curve of his horns, his regal bearing. It was fascinating. I'd never seen an orc as anything but an enemy, but suddenly I couldn't keep my eyes off this great green brute. I suppose my staring was rather conspicuous.
You suppose? Oh, I thought you were aiming to slit my throat the way you were watching me.
I couldn't help myself. It was almost supernatural. But when Ulor marched over to me, club in hand, to address my strange behaviour, something happened.
Love at first sight, if you can believe it. I came over aiming for a fight, but all I found in Ulfric's eyes was, well, whatever it was, it hasn't left me since.
Please, if you've any mind for sparing two fellows a terrible fate, you'll swear to keep our secret to yourself. We've committed no sin greater than experiencing a love as sweet and pure as any. But if we were discovered, it would mean certain death for us both.
We swear it indeed. We'll not see anyone harmed for daring to love.
And so let us speak the oath. Your secret is safe with us.
Ah, friend. Your words are a great relief to my beloved and I can't explain how or why we found these feelings, but there's one thing I know for certain. We are no traitors, and our service to the cause remains true. Your discretion is worth its weight in gold. Goddess bless you.
Feeling hot under the collar?
I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I?
I need to dry off.
Behold these skulls bereft of the lips with which they kissed.
Let the lost die that we may live.
Warm as
Look,
dragon's
there.
breath.
Again, the lost... You there. Tell me, how's your vision? Any ailments in the liver or spleen? Lost ones are everywhere these days, after all. I am a servant to the goddess, of course. One of the first among her enlightened in Revellon, and certainly the most devoted. I've scoured the region for unworthy souls, and am quite efficiently cleansing the land of lost ones great and small. How much better the lost serve her as bone automatons. My expertise as a necromancer is unmatched, you know. I've a success rate is nearing 99%. They end up with their brains a bit, well, scrambled. You can find such a fellow opining over skulls somewhere around here. One of my more harmless false steps, I think.
I'm overheating here.
Ain't they a lovely sight up there, all in a row? Strung 'em up myself, I did. Each of the little darlings. A sweeter sight I couldn't ask for. I never did much care for the turf myself. I'm more of a caretaker, you see. The world's a wild place, unpredictable at best. But here, upon these gallows, there's peace, calm. I keep the order, and my little ones stay in line. Condemned in this life, perhaps, but when they come to rest in my nooses, their sins are washed away. These aren't thieves and murderers and traitors, you see. After I've laid them to rest here, they're pure as angels. My little angels. Most of them, yes, but that's far from my only order of business. Our great Queen Grachilda is no stranger at getting her claws bloody, and she'll not hesitate to pluck out a pair of eyes what look at her sideways. I handle all the dreaming dears when she's done with them all the same. Whether they're my little ones or hers makes no difference. I'm happy to bring them here, to rest among me and mine. It'd be an honour. Where ought we to start? Paulie came first, the little rogue. A human he was, and Grachilda ordered him hanged while Yar was out on the hunt. He was the first I got to tuck in myself since coming to this town. Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday. The fussy little dear didn't want to go to sleep. No. Kicked and screamed, he did. But he started to calm down a bit after I strung him up, as I knew he would. And soon, he was fast asleep. Oh, my little Tierlo. He was a sweet one right from the start. A thief, I think he was in his last life. But he accepted what was to come easy as pie. The guards handed him to me, limp as a doll and shivering with fright. I strung him up nice and slow, so as not to worry the poor dear. Gunnar, you mean? He was one of Grachilda's. After some impertinent question or other, I believe it was. Impertinent questions. A plague among we orcs, they are. Ending more death than horn rot these days. Well, Grachilda dispatched him, but it was I who collected the great heavy deer and strung him up here. Grachilda said he'd be a warning to the others, but I think he's a great addition to the family, to boot. He does look a lovely sort of pale green colour, don't he? Like a dusty ancient jade. Beautiful.
Doesn't take much to send Grachilda over the edge, does it?
Who would have thought the greatest threat to the Immaculates would be one of their own?
Look, there. Again, the lost
Even
ones
vermin leave behind a
stands
worthy
by.
scrap or two.
Grachilda gives me plenty level.
In the market for some premium gear, are ya?
Think of all the little dears you could have if you took matters into your own hands.
Baking like a cake.
Get them before they turn to ash.
Well, by the boot soles of Burl Boonhammer, what have we here?
Vermin could harm
Another human in Hunter's Edge. State your business, whelp.
Hail, Immaculate. By the sickle of Tyr Gutgouger, I'm glad to see another human face here in Hunter's Edge. Not yet another misshapen orcish snout.
If you fancy keeping that human face of yours, I wouldn't take my cues from the chief of the mountain apes. I may have sworn to refrain from carving my name across his back, but yours, I do believe, is free for the taking.
Regular ray of sunshine, isn't she? Don't let her manners fool you, though. Her disposition may be dark, but her wit is bright. Bright and devious. Believe me when I tell you that she's plotting against us as we speak, and would have long given the order to spill our blood if she wasn't leashed by the orders of the conduit herself. But by the shield of the Stormbringer, she'll not outfox the sworn brothers of Tanneroth. And I sincerely hope she won't outfox the likes of you either. You belong to the Silverglen tribe, I take it. Thought you were all holed up in Hiberheim, but it pleases me to see some of your number have come to Hunter's Edge. Yes, an outsider not as yet distrusted by the orcs is exactly what I need in the matter of the missing bloodstones and the matter of the wizard's house. But let's talk in my headquarters over yonder, for by the beard of the Bear Slayer there are too many green ears around here.
I'd do her too if I wasn't so sure she'd bite me head off after we're done.
Going to call that, man. Let's wrap it. Tall, tall. Now the
It's heating up.
May your sword never sully, and your shield never shatter. The Bloodstones are the reason we came here in the first place. The conduit has need of star stones imbued with human blood, so she can create her Death Knights. Both the Brotherhood and the Orcs were given their share of stones, and we filled them to the brim with blood, then stored them for the conduit to collect when she returns from Phantom Forest. Last night, though, someone raided this very building and disappeared with our stones. They were being guarded by Garrick Giantbane, a son of the mountain had in trust with my life. Grutilda says he ran off with the Bloodstones, that he is a betrayer to the cause of Immaculates. But I know this to be untrue. The Orcs stole the stones. Of that I'm certain. Grutilda is hatching some plan, and we'll all be in dire straits indeed if it comes to fruition. Those stones make her powerful. Too powerful. We need them back. But every orc eyes us, peak dwellers, with suspicion. That is why I ask of you to find proof. Proof that it was an orc that did the deed. Once I have it, I have a reason to assault the orcs without risking the wrath of the conduit. She'll not stand for theft among Immaculates. So find me that proof, and we'll slaughter the orcs together. I am Jarl Woodok's son. Father among brothers, son among the mountains. Me and mine hail from the snow-capped heights of Tanneroth, the very thrones of the world. Our lives are devoted to the hunt. Every town and every city we find, we plunder and burn and put to the sword. Sacrifices are they all to the might of the mountains, tokens of reverence to the power of the peaks. Gods we have plenty, of war, of death and of victory. But now, a goddess we have too. Aye, we have seen the workings of Bloodstone, and loyal are we to she who unites in blood. By the teeth of Kjell Wolfjaw, as Immaculate shall we rule the world. The Conduit asked us to do what we do best. Invade and destroy. She set us on our way with a store of Starstones, ready to be charged and, once made into Bloodstones, sent to you folks in the mines of Luculla. We didn't know Grutilda's dogs had beat us there by a half-day, but no matter. There were still plenty of strays to be caught and bled by the time we arrived. Now all that's left is finding a way into the wizard's house. The conduit's looking for something inside. Now we're here waiting for further orders from the conduit herself. She's gone into the Phantom Forest nearby, but we expect to hear from her shortly. I only hope we'll have the matter of the missing bloodstones sorted by then. I'll not have a soul saying we of the mountain failed to follow through.
You know that.
Yeah, but her orders don't show my feet,
Then go and find yourself a sheep if you're so bloody that did this. I'm feeding him his own nets.
Rather have Gratilda. And I'd do her too if I wasn't so sure she'd bite me head off after we're done. Devil sweaty swingers. You beat me.
In from Silver Glen, Flatlander. Ain't got the rot, have you?
Let's have another round before we get too drunk to read the cards.
I just got me wages, fellas. What's a sparkling coin? Fellas?
What a deluge.
The old mother's orders are the only ones we're here. I'd sooner snap my own popcorn than salute that yawl.
I serve the All-Mother. Apart from that, I'm nothing. And if you ain't serving her, you're less than nothing.
The old mother says small boats connected, doesn't she? Oh,
Of course. It'll be for a moment. Tell the old mother you've got a problem with her judgment if you feel so strongly about it.
Resk, you've got to the count of one to kneel before me. Freshen this.
Of course! Oh, Mother, of course!
Brave of you to disturb me, human. In your experience, has bravery been a particularly effective defense against disembowelment?
Poor little toys. Poor, quiet toys. Sit. 1, 2, whee!
Murdered in their beds.
At least they didn't suffer. The villagers left to the Orc Queens suffered far worse fates.
Sir man. And you? Sit! I'm just fine, sir man. 1, 2, whee!
They didn't spare a soul.
None that couldn't serve them whiskey anyway.
I'm just fine, sir man. And you? Oh, hello, funny lady. Yeah, new toys! But where's Mum? What she want me to do with you? Mum! Oh, the best mum in the whole wide world. Usually, orcs like me, scramble-headed, me brothers call me, are killed right away. But Mum says she took one look at me and knew I'd be the best warrior in the world. She brings me lots of toys and friends, and she showed me all the best games to play. At first, I didn't like how the toys would holler and cry when I'd make ribbons on them or play eyeball pop. But Mum taught me that that's how they show they're happy. First, they scream for joy, and then they take a long, long nap. Oh, are you leaving? I'll miss you lots.
When are you coming back? Poor little toys.
I'm overheating here.
I've got my eye.
I'm drenched.
Don't talk to the small boat, brother. It only makes eating them all the less pleasant later.
Warm as dragon's breath.
Around here anyway.